Nah, y'all. Nah. This is literally the sickest shit that I've ever seen.
In April of 2024, a community is left horrified and outraged when a woman with profound intellectual disabilities is discovered pregnant at her care home in Geneva, Illinois.
Good morning. Kane County prosecutors say an arrest warrant was issued for Isaiah Fields after his DNA test came back positive. Fields of Chicago's Northwest Side was taken into custody Friday. In a statement, the state's attorney calls his actions heinous against a vulnerable individual.
I had to get on here and do this video because this is literally the sickest shit that I have ever seen in my life. It's up there. It's up there. I know I cover a lot of Chicago stories on my channel, but my channel isn't just a Chicago channel. But when I saw this story, I was absolutely like, my jaw hit the floor. Disgusting, nasty, foul. I don't even know what to say.
Prosecutors charged the 22-year-old with sexual assault and battery. They say Fields knew the victim had severe disabilities and she was unable to give consent.
Now, before we watch the video, let me say this really quick, because the guy that did it actually looks like a regular guy. He looks like somebody that I would see at the corner store. Regular Chicago guy. He don't even really look like a weirdo to me. So that's what's really scary. He only worked at the place for less than 30 days, and he was able to get in there and do the nasty things that he did. It kind of reminds me of that saying that you hear a lot. Men will fuck a hole, they'll fuck anything. Because this is literally the epitome of that. What was he thinking?
The woman is a longtime resident of Markland Hyde Center in Geneva. Administrators of the facility learned she was pregnant last month. She gave birth at Delnor Hospital the next day. Prosecutors say they believe Fields assaulted the woman between August 1st and September 5th of 2023. The Kane County Sheriff's Office had collected DNA samples from current and previous male employees of the center before making the arrest. When asked how the victim's pregnancy went unnoticed, Markland CEO told WGN the victim is nonverbal and physically disabled. Gail Fonger said she had a distended abdomen due to her condition that likely masked the pregnancy.
Not only did he grape her and she's unable to speak, she's disabled, he came in her and got her pregnant. Let's watch the video. It's very disgusting. So before we go to the video, because the body cam footage just got released, and I was just sitting there watching it, clutching my pearls, like, this is so nasty. And he's so nonchalant. He's so calm when they come to question him. I just literally was glued to my phone just looking at his face, because I'm like, how could he lie like that? How could he sit there and lie? And how can he sit there and not freak out knowing that the police are at his house for something that he did on a weird ass night that he was at work? And then on top of that, he didn't even quit. He got fired. One of his coworkers is going to actually explain how she thought he was so weird. So this whole situation is disgusting. It's nasty. And I just wanted to bring it to y'all's attention because I have never seen anything like this.
Just so you know, Kate had a baby and had a dad.
In April of 2024, a community is left horrified and outraged when a woman with profound intellectual disabilities is discovered pregnant at her care home in Geneva, Illinois. Kane County detectives launched an urgent investigation, confronted with the grim task of unmasking a predator hidden among the very staff entrusted to protect her. The following is based on official police records, and some of the following footage has never been seen before. According to their website, the Markland Center is a nonprofit organization providing care for adults with severe developmental disabilities. Multiple news sources state that Kate, a 43-year-old resident with Rett syndrome who was unable to speak, stand, or use her hands, was discovered pregnant during routine medical tests. Investigators with the Kane County Sheriff's Department compiled a list of all male employees who had access to her in late summer 2023, interviewing each one and collecting DNA samples.
Hello.
Hey.
Good, yes. Hi. Sheriff's Department.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Brooke. This is Brandon. We're both.
Come on in.
Thank you.
So,
What have they
okay.
told you so far?
So I know there's abuse and neglect, and I know one of our residents was sent to the hospital that morning, so I am assuming something happened with that resident. And I also do know it was only males that have been suspended. So,
You okay? Take a breath.
That very serious happens.
And you're just so you're not in any trouble.
I really enjoy my job, and the fact that, sorry.
No, it's okay.
The thought of that happening is very troubling and upsetting.
Okay. And like I said, nobody has accused you of anything.
No, I'm 100% aware. It's, sorry.
No, you're okay.
I'm not crying for myself. I'm upset for the rest.
It's okay.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed like anybody else acting strange around them, or anybody that shouldn't be in their rooms?
No, I mean, we are very, I mean, we don't open the door for everyone. And as for staff, I mean, before this incident, I never thought anyone would do something like that.
That was kind of one of our other questions. Is there anybody you would think would be capable of
I would have never have thought this would happen at Markland's.
Okay.
Before they move on to question other employees, he leaves them one urgent request.
Catch the bastard.
After speaking with several more employees, investigators are left with no clear leads. However, they do learn that prior to the COVID pandemic, only female staff typically cared for female residents, a policy one employee said changed due to staffing shortages. Investigators move on, next meeting with former employee, 22-year-old Isaiah Fields.
How you doing? Good. You want to go in or just talk out here?
Whatever you want.
How'd the fights go? I heard you were out there fighting in Chicago.
Yeah, I was fighting in the Golden Gloves tournament.
How'd it go?
Pretty good. I lost by decision in the finals, but I was there, like I had him chicken legging, so
Okay.
I'll see him again, you know.
All right, good. Good for you, man.
Rivalries in the amateur. Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
After briefly meeting Isaiah's mother, they head to the basement to speak in private.
So there was, an incident that happened there involving one of the residents. If you can just tell me kind of what when you worked there, what's the dates that you worked there?
Like early August to like, but definitely sometime in September.
Okay, early September, late September, you think?
I honestly don't remember. It was still warm outside, so
Okay.
maybe early to mid-September.
When you were working there, what were your job duties?
I was, what they call it, PSP.
PSP. Okay, I've heard that talking to people. They've said that before.
The personal support.
Okay.
But I was mainly in training the entire time I was there, so I technically didn't have any like duties that I had to do really on my own.
Okay.
So everything I did was shadowed by another person.
Okay, so you're always with somebody for the most part?
Like 90% of the time.
Okay.
Unless someone like left early or like
Okay.
one of the managers that I was shadowing had to go do whatever
Gotcha.
managers do.
Gotcha. Did you ever have any problems with anybody? Did you ever see anybody that you thought was a little off? Like another, especially a male employee, anybody that you thought like this guy's made some statements or he said something or just the way his interaction was with the residents?
Not that I know of personally, honestly.
Okay.
I didn't stay there long enough to get
chummy with anybody?
With everybody, yeah.
After leaving Isaiah, investigators meet with another employee who brings up a familiar name.
Is it true that she delivered the baby?
Is it true? I'm not divulging anything. It's an open investigation.
Okay.
So I can't go into details about that.
Okay.
I can't.
Can I ask you about a certain individual that may have...
Yeah.
Isaiah Fields?
That's who we just talked to.
That's who you just talked to?
Yeah. We just came back.
Though the employee doesn't explain why he suspects him after all the swabs are collected and processed, a DNA test comes back positive for 22-year-old Isaiah Fields. On May 10th, 2024, he's brought into an interrogation where he waits for questioning to begin.
These chains hurt. Please, Lord Jesus, don't come to me. Please, Lord Jesus, I really bless you. Please don't leave me trying to get there, Lord Jesus.
Investigators enter and read his Miranda rights.
Let me just start by asking, do you have any idea why you would be there right now? Okay, no clue? Okay. You know why I talked to you before, right, about the Markland stuff? So,
I never got any, you just told me it was a case of Markland.
Okay. So what I would like to ask you, what we would like to know, if you could go over again, when you worked there for that just basically a month, wasn't that long. What your training was like and what it was like after training, like what your job duties were. If you can just go over that again, I would appreciate it.
For most of the time that I was there, was just training, like 3 weeks. We just sat in a room and watched videos all day. That was it.
However, several employees who trained Isaiah gave a different account, explaining his duties went beyond watching training videos.
And what were your daily activities when you were training him? What were you guys in charge of?
So we're in charge of doing the CNA work, so like getting them up, dressed, changed, and then transferring them to CDS, and then repositioning them, interacting with them, and then doing the same thing, changing them, and then sending them back home.
You're training how to bathe, how to
Yes.
care for them.
Yes.
So that was part of his training as well.
Yes.
But he would have never been alone.
No.
Something like that.
How do you bathe them?
So we put them in a tub, and they have a chair, and they are completely, obviously,
Submerged?
No,
Or-
not
oh,
submerged.
okay.
No, the water is running, or they have what is it called?
Like a faucet or a shower head.
So you basically sit like not like this, but a chair in a shower, and then you can take it off and
Yes.
spray them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so at some point at the end of your training, were you not with the trainer anymore? Were you kind of on your own schedule during the day?
I forget what they called it, but it was like a probationary period.
Sure.
So like you were always like with someone until you were like considered an actual nurse.
This account is consistent with what his trainers told investigators.
Would you have left him alone, or anybody for that matter, alone for an extended period of time with the resident while they're on training?
No.
Are you leaving anybody alone, the trainees with the residents or anything like that?
They're not supposed to be left alone with the residents.
As questioning continues, Isaiah insists that he remained in his probationary period until he claims he was fired for consistently showing up late.
I just don't really fit in too many people.
Employees who trained Isaiah highlighted odd behavior he exhibited during his training.
It's kind of odd.
Okay.
Just in general, just very off.
Anything that stuck out to you was odd or anything like that?
He wouldn't listen. He would always question, oh, why do you have to do it that way? And it's like, you're in healthcare. It's like, there's specific ways to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
He would face toss some of the residents, and we have cameras in the classroom, and the angle of it all was just really bad. They would look at the cameras, it would literally look like he was hitting her. I should clarify, he never actually did. No, he never actually did.
Okay.
As the interrogation continues, Isaiah appears to become overwhelmed with emotion, and investigators work to put him at ease.
What's upsetting you? It's okay. I'm here to listen. If something's upsetting you, please let us know. We'll see what we can do to help.
Just not really anything in particular. Just life's not easy, you know.
I know. That's all. I get life gives us some curveballs sometimes.
It's 24/7. I've never had the guidance of a man. My father died when I was really young.
Oh.
I've just never really had proper guidance, you know.
As one detective leaves the room to get Isaiah more water and a snack, the remaining investigator sits with him as his emotions continue to unravel.
Take a breath. You're okay. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. You're all right. And I'm really sorry to hear that about your dad and stuff. Okay, that's it's all right. Don't worry. It's okay. It takes a lot for you to sit here and allow yourself to have these feelings. You know, to allow yourself to have emotion. That can be a lot, especially in front of people you don't know.
I'm not trying to be difficult. I just think it'll be within my best interest to get it turned.
Okay. All right, I can't ask you any more questions then.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'll leave you at it. She'll give you. Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell them this.
What's that?
I'm reading them tell.
Yeah, you tell them. Yeah, whatever.
Just so you know, Kate had a baby and you're the dad. Okay.
As investigators exit the room, Isaiah processes the gravity of the situation and the consequences he's facing.
My life is over. Such a idiot.
That's what Lord Jesus. I'm begging. I'm begging. Just give me one chance. That's all I have is give me one chance. I'm sorry, God. Please forgive me. I'll do anything. I'm doing military. I'll get married. I'll donate all my money. I'll be homeless without a car. I'll do anything, God. Please. Please just give me one more chance. Please. Please allow me a chance into this child's life. I'll be on the sex offenders list. I'll anything. Please don't make me spend years in jail. I'm begging.
Multiple news outlets have reported that Kate developed a dangerous pregnancy condition known as preeclampsia, and that the infant died after spending 11 weeks in neonatal intensive care. However, we've not been able to independently confirm these reports. According to an official press release from the state attorney's office, on January 14, 2025, Isaiah Fields pled guilty to aggravated criminal sexual assault and was sentenced to 25 years imprisonment in the Illinois Department of Corrections, with 308 days credited for time spent in the Kane County Jail. In addition, Isaiah must register for life as a sexual offender in accordance with the Illinois Sexual Offender Registration Act.
Nasty, nasty work, y'all. Nasty. But then come to find out, as I was researching the video, this is not the first time that this has happened. So I'm going to show you guys a couple other cases of this weird freak. And let me know what you think in the comments. Drea.
Right now, the family of a disabled woman police say was impregnated by the caretaker at the group home where she lives has hired an attorney. That caretaker was arrested yesterday, 4 years after police say the victim conceived that baby. News 6's Nadine Yanis joins us now live at the Woodsmere Group home under Bridges nonprofit in Rockledge, where that man was arrested. And Nadine, you've been trying to get to the bottom of why it took 4 years to make an arrest in this case.
Well, and Ginger, the family alleges that this abuse had gone on for several years. Police say that the victim in this case first came forward in 2015, but named several different suspects who may have potentially impregnated her. It wasn't until last year when that victim came forward again, this time naming one suspect who police say willingly gave a DNA sample wanting to clear his name. Instead, that cleared the way for police to make his arrest with this child nearly 4 years old now.
A man at the home of the suspect darted away from the glass door, avoiding our cameras as we tried to get answers from Willie Shorter. The caregiver arrested, police say, for impregnating a disabled adult he cared for at the Bridges group home in Rockledge. And he was still working for the facility when police finally made the arrest yesterday.
Incredulous.
Rockledge police disgusted by the DNA results. They say that are 99.9% certain Shorter is the father of a child that is now 4 years old. Deputy Chief Donna Seifert says the victim first came forward in 2015.
She is challenged and she was not able to help herself throughout this whole process of telling us specifically who. She gave us multiple names.
And some of those named gave DNA samples, but the investigation led them nowhere until the victim came forward again last year. This time, police say naming Shorter as her suspect.
He again denied the allegations, and we again offered him the opportunity to clear his name. And he took us up on that opportunity by submitting his DNA.
Rockledge police getting that DNA back from FDLE in July, but it was only on Friday because of an in-house issue, she said. The detective on the case learned of the results.
I have subsequently found out when the DNA results were received, and we're looking into that as our own matter for the additional months.
This while the family of the victim, who the group home says had been living there for 25 years, gets an attorney to look into why Shorter continued to work for Bridges all 4 of those years.
And that is obviously the concern for both police and DCF, who believe there could be more victims out there. The family wanting to know why Shorter was never fired while he continued to work here at Bridges for all these years. The president of the nonprofit organization here is coming out in front of this. He talked to me about it today. And of course, we asked those tough questions for him, what he says about this investigation, in my story tonight at 5:30. Until then, we're live in Rockledge. I'm Nadine Yanis, getting results, News 6.
Police want DNA samples from all male employees at the Phoenix nursing facility where a woman in a vegetative state became pregnant. Her family was shocked when she gave birth last month. Meg Oliver has the latest on the investigation.
Investigators have issued warrants to collect DNA of every male staffer at the Hacienda healthcare facility in Phoenix, Arizona.
The woman who gave birth is incapable of giving consent means that it's a sexual assault, and it's that simple.
The 29-year-old victim is a member of the San Carlos Apache tribe. She was in a vegetative state at the facility for more than a decade following a near-drowning incident. She delivered a healthy baby boy on December 29th, but the staff did not know she was pregnant until she began moaning before going into labor. Tribal leaders say they are shocked and horrified that a caretaker would take advantage of a vulnerable patient. Other families at the facility say they don't feel their loved ones are safe.
Trust has been broken. Trust has definitely been broken.
Bill Timmons, who was the CEO at Hacienda for nearly 3 decades, has stepped down amid the investigation. A lawyer for the woman's family issued a statement saying they are outraged at the neglect of their daughter, but that the baby boy has been born into a loving family and will be well cared for. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
The Arizona Department of Health Services has implemented new safety measures at facilities across the state, including increased staff presence during any patient interaction and extra security measures involving visitors.
Stay tuned for more. I'm Drea.